Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great weekend and a great Saturday. Well, today is day 4 of my drawing extravaganza, so be sure to watch the whole video to get both the numbers that you're going to need for Monday. Well, before we get started working today, I have Stitchy Kindness, and it's from one of my friends in California, and I'm going to open this right now. Got this yesterday, so I thought I would open it while we're doing a video. See if I can get it open without cutting anything, breaking anything. As you know, I'm not the most careful person in the world. Let's pull this out and see what is inside. Ooh, we have a wrap package. Let me make sure everything's out of there. Let's look at this beautiful card. It has my name on it. Isn't that a beautiful blue? Just gorgeous. Ooh, look at the fancy, fancy butterflies. Aren't they beautiful? Just beautiful. Wow. Hang on just a second. Oh, nice. Well, she has been to Colorado, and she went to high school in Colorado. And she has started doing cross-stitch and pre-stamp cross-stitch. And she joined my channel 2 years ago. And since then, she's been doing stamped and counted cross-stitch. Well, way to go. And her name is Doreen. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. It's D-U-R-E-N-E. And she also sent me an Amazon gift card. Thank you so very much. Oh, people. Thank you so very, very much. Let's see what is in here. Oh my goodness. She sent me 221. Which is the DMC that I'm using for my Bristol. And I said I would, a few days ago, maybe a week ago, that I'm going to have to run to the, what do you call it? It's the fabric store, because it's doesn't, okay, you can stitch there and you can get cloth to sew with, but not Ada cloth, anything to do with cross stitch. So she sent me all this beautiful 221, and I will use it. I will put it in with my Bristol Orphanage sampler. Thank you so very, very much. Well, now we won't have to make a trip to that store. Hang on just a second. I wanted to show you that I got another card from another viewer, and she lives in Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada, and I won't show her address, but isn't that a beautiful card with that beautiful little bird there, and all these beautiful little stickers of flowers? They are gorgeous. Yeah, when I go to get stickers at like Walmart, all you can find are all the little superheroes and all the princesses, but, and very rarely do they have anything else. But yeah, I wanted to show you this beautiful, beautiful card. Isn't that just outstanding? Oh, these cards, I don't know where you guys find these, but you must have a bigger choice than me. But isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Just beautiful. And she sent me a lovely, lovely letter. But look, there's even a bird on the inside. They're so beautiful. I like looking at them. I don't want them in my house. And it doesn't even say a company name here. So you could go get a whole box of them. Aren't they gorgeous? You could do plenty with decoupage or other things. Isn't that beautiful? Wouldn't that make a beautiful cross stitch if you like sent it to one of those companies that does, what do you call them? Customs. It'd make a beautiful diamond painting too. And she sent me a lovely, lovely letter, which I read. Thank you so very, very much. And her name is Laura, L-A-U-R-A. Thank you, Laura. And I just wanted to acknowledge that I did get your card and everything that was inside. Thank you so very much. Thank you to all of you. So I will be using my gift card and what was sent as well in this one. Yeah, we will just find something trip the light fantastic for sure. You know we will. So today, let me get this out of here. I don't know that there's a picture of it except what's on front, and it's horrible. If you ever, it's just part typical that they're horrible. But yeah, that's a terrible picture. I got this from AliExpress because it's from my Matryoshka Lovely store. And it is the beaded cross stitch with all the plastic beaded beads. Yeah, so I thought we would just get this out today and do some of it. I don't know what colors we're going to be using. Let me get this set up. I'll be right back. Sorry for all the back and forth. Hang on. Okay, that took a hot moment. I pulled out the bag of colors and I'm like, oh my gosh, how come I can't find what I need? Yeah. Well, the rest of it is right here in one of my big containers. And, one time that I didn't write on it what it was. Yeah. We're here. So we're using this blue. It's like a baby blue, and I'm just using this lid. I was going to use my sticky mat, but for filming, it's a nightmare. So I'm just going to set that aside. And we're just going to stitch. Now I'm using a DMC B5200. We got to move this. This just ain't happening for us today. Holy cow, we're just messed up. We are just messed up today. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, we'll just do it the easy way. I was watching something on YouTube, and this lady, she uses, I don't know where she's from. Don't even ask, because I couldn't even begin to tell you. Using beads, and she was kind of crocheting them into fabric. Does that make any kind of sense to anybody? I have no idea how I found this, her site or her channel or whatever. But yeah, I just thought it was fascinating. She'd pick up like 6 or 8 beads at one time, and then she'd put it down, then she'd crochet, and but she was crocheting it into material, and I have no idea if there's an actual name for that. I'm going to bring it in just a bit closer and move this over just right here. Then you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I just thought it was fascinating, so I don't know. It's amazing what kind of rabbit holes I fall down. But that really didn't look like a rabbit hole that I was going to go out and buy all the stuff for it. I just thought it was neat. She uses sequins and beads and does all kinds of designs. It's like she draws on the fabric with, say, like, what do you call it, tailor's cloth, or not cloth, chalk. And then she puts the beads, where she wants them. It's odd. I don't know. It's just different. But I guess where I was going with this is just be sure when you're doing beaded cross stitch to keep doing things in the same direction that you start. You always want to do that. Otherwise they don't lay flat. And I'm not saying that hers didn't lay flat. I'm just that's a general how-to on beaded stuff. I really like beaded cross stitch. I have a tiger too. Yeah, he's here somewhere. I know he's out because I got him out one time. And I have the beads sitting right there. So I've done beaded cross stitch with, let's call them plastic beads. And I've used the glass percussion beads from Czechoslovakia as well. And they were real small. And I've got some real crappy beaded cross stitches stitch. It was huge, ginormous. I don't know what I was thinking, you know, go big or stay at home as usual. And the beads were not consistent, so I haven't worked on it since. Just haven't worked on it. But this is just one little kit, and it wasn't maybe $25 maybe at on AliExpress. And that's where you can get these the bigger plastic beads. I think they're easier to work with by far, you know. And no, to answer somebody's question ahead of time, no, I've never finished one of these. I have, oh, probably 5 or 6 going. But I do like these the best. They're very nice when you're older and, you know, your hands, you can't pick up real tiny things. But yeah. So but they also have others, I'm sure, different beaded cross stitches at AliExpress. They come from the other store is, I want to say Panera, but not like, it's not spelled like Panera bread. It's pan something. But if you just type in beaded cross stitch, you'd be amazed at what comes up. There are all kinds of other ones. And I would say, don't go cheap. You'll hate yourself, because those cheap beads from China just don't work like these. These are very consistent, very shiny. You know. Okay. It's time. This is why we have clips, crazy girl. To keep it all kind of from going in general directions. You don't have to grab so much. Oh, I got the bead on there. I almost put another bead on there. Did you see it? Yeah, we hadn't done this in a while. I get this out every once in a while. I can only take one level of frustration at a time. And this is not frustrating to me. I just don't want to do it anymore for a while. So, this is what happens when you put colors in separately. But it is going to be beautiful. It's a full coverage, because the whole background is done in that 310-ish looking black. So all that yellow part is going to have to be done in black. But it has lovely, beautiful colors. Always so bright and so vivid. Just depends what you're working on. But I was just absolutely fascinated in the beginning with the beaded cross stitch. It's all Crayola Pix's fault, you know. Oh, beaded cross stitch, what's that? Yeah, rabbit hole. Yepers. And, yep, down I fell. But I finally found something that I like to work with. The other ones, they're so tiny and so hard to work with. And just, this is so much better. And they have several patterns. I don't know if they're still open. I mean, I got this kit probably 3 years ago, so they were still in business then. But since they're consistent, they're so much easier to deal with. And I was going to use my little mat, but I decided not to. Because I couldn't get it to stick to the... When I'm sitting down, it sticks to this, and it doesn't harm it or anything. But when it's laying flat, it's hard to deal with. So it's just easier to use a little container. I'm using the little container I got somewhere. There was only one of them, but I use it on my beaded stuff, and then they don't roll all over God's creation when I'm trying to do a video. Got all that done. Let's go back here and find the pink, and it's very easy to find out what color you need. You know, oh crap, I just spilt those. Gosh darn it, we're just having a day. Let me put the lid on it. I will pick those others up later. Just set that right next to it. And just put a few in here. I could be using the lid if I wanted to, but I don't know, maybe it'd work better. Let's see here. And there's a blue one in there. Well, crap, sit there. Maybe this will go better. Holy cow. There we go. We're just spilling everything today. It's warm in here. My goodness. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. But I've just always been fascinated with beads. And I think they really add something to your cross stitches as well. So like I started to say, I'm using 2 strands of B5200. I had a wad of B5200 left over from something that either I wasn't going to do or whatever. My hands are just revolting this week. I've tore a piece of, what do you call it, skin off of there, and then this got all messed up. Yeah, it's just been a great week for my hands. What can I say? That puppy's really full. We only need a few. Let's try not to knock the rest of them over. It takes a hot moment. They fall into the little holes on this mat, and then they're a pain to get a hold of. Diamonds from diamond painting are about the same. Yeah, they're even worse. They get halfway stuck in between. So what is everybody up to? Are you going anywhere this weekend? Doing anything fun and exciting? Just wondered. I'm not going anywhere this weekend. Probably will next weekend, but don't know. Worked a little bit on Louisa Cullimore yesterday. through the night. Just like stitching on it. It's just fun. And of course I had to rip out a couple parts because I was off, and it really would have messed the world up, so had to change that. But that's always to be expected. It's always something. This doesn't take too long, and I like the fact I think it's probably 9 count Ada that you're working on, so it makes faster coverage with these bigger beads than the little ones. And I could never ever, on the big, or the ones with the tiny beads, keep track of what I was doing, because it was like color change, color change, color change, you know. It was just insanity. Yeah, I forgot that part in the middle, but we're just going to finish this little black part. And perhaps we'll have enough thread to go back down there. I don't care too much about my back. I did buy a few beaded cross stitches. They were done with the Preciosa beads at Amazon, and the name of the store is Beads, B-E-A-D-S, and this is all going to be one word. Creative, C-R-E-A-T-I-V-E. Yeah. So I don't know if they're still in business, but they're the best one on there, because I've tried one from, I think it's called Embroidery USA on Amazon. That was the worst kit I ever got. Yeah, nope, not doing that. But I like these the best. They're easy to handle, easy to, you know, see what you're doing. Let's see if I can get down here or not. I don't know. That isn't black. Okay. I keep thinking I have to end my thread, but I don't. You put that back up there. And put them away. Dark purple is number 6. Oh, that's number 9. Number 6, please. Thank you. It's kind of a dark blue. Looks like 823. But I haven't worked on these in a long time. I try to keep them all together, and thank goodness I had these containers like this. I bought a couple from Amazon. They were probably 20 bucks a piece, maybe, somewhere in there. And then I had gotten one from one of the same kind or type from Diamond Art Club. They had a free giveaway. I had to have a drink of water, sorry. They had a giveaway with, you know, if you bought so much stuff, so evidently I did. So I have like 4 or 5 of those containers to hold these beads, and they are the best thing ever. I don't think I'd want to use them for diamond painting, just because they're a pain in the neck that way. But these, they keep the beads all contained and easy to open, and then you can even use the lids to put your beads in, as far as that goes. I just like a little flatter surface, so that's why I use that lid. I'll have to look and see where my tiger is. He's only about a third done, but he's bigger than this. This one's probably a 40 by 40, or why are we guessing? The picture itself is 27 centimeters, which is a little over 10.5 by 10.5, the actual picture size. So it's about a 30 by 30. But it's just the right size, you know. It's not too big. And I don't mind using those little beads, you know, on the, the little keychain things. That doesn't bother me because it's a short thing, you know. You don't have to fight it through an entire cross stitch. Can you imagine how heavy that sucker'd be? I mean, we're talking something that was like, oh God, it must have been like 35, no, like 50 centimeters wide by 180. Oh yeah, it was huge. I mean, you'd have to have a special frame and special hooks to put that sucker up with. And another thing I like about this is that you can use any color thread. You don't have to keep changing the thread because the beads are so big that they cover, you know, what the color of thread is, because they sit so nicely together because they're so consistent in size. Alright guys, well, I think that's going to be about it for today. I wanted to get this out and just do it for a little bit. Oh, okay, since I didn't mention the numbers, both the numbers for today are 36 and 84. 36 and 84. So write them down. So sorry, I was preoccupied here. And thank you, ladies, for your lovely cards and gifts. I will put them to very good use. I'm gonna get rid of this thread because, you know, it is what it is. It's just being a pain. I hate it when it gets too small and then you can't get turned around with the needle. And I'm using about the same size needle that I would use for, you know, pre-stamped. It works better. When I have the smaller beads, I can use like a 28. But this one probably even came with this kit. I have no idea. Can't even remember. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.